The final round of the 2023 King Price Trailseeker series gave mountain bikers the chance to ride the spectacular trails on the outskirts of Wellington in the Boerland, with the historic Bosman family vineyards the start and finish venue.
I'm looking forward to it. I think the weather looks interesting. I've never really ridden the trails in Wellington, so I'm looking forward to it. I've heard a lot about them. I see there are a few fast guys here as well still, so I think it'll be hard from the beginning.
The 62-kilometre marathon route is among the tougher on the 6-event Trailseeker calendar, with 1,900 metres of accumulated climbing, but it's also one of the most single-track laden races. The elite field was stacked, aside from Miller, Paiga Eurosteel and Ruan van der Westhuizen and Michael Foster. Youngsters Jordan Boshoff and Johan Farida de Villiers were at the sharp end, along with Miller, Johan van Zyl of Computer Mania and van der Westhuizen. Miller managed to get into the first single track ahead of Farida de Villiers, Boshoff and van Zyl. And soon enough it was Miller and van Zyl out front on their own. The latter grew up riding these trails, so Miller couldn't have wished for a better guide on his first ride here. After a busy season of World Cup racing in Europe, Pocket Rocket van Zyl was relishing the chance to race his home trails.
So it's my hometown, so it's pretty cool. Always nice to ride here, and the trails are pretty good. They did it over after the storm, so it's running really nice. So we'll see what's happening.
Jordan Boshoff is a year out of Affies in Pretoria and is impressed with 2 fourths, a fifth and a sixth in the series, as is his teammate Johan Farida de Villiers, who was the winner at Van Galen's in round 3. A chilly late winter cold front had gripped the Western Cape region, making for a potentially muddy and slippery ride for the elite women as they gathered at the start. While the weather may have deterred some, it certainly couldn't keep away Mbuko Type Dev star Danielle Stradom.
I'm still fresh off a race. I did the race with Steve last weekend, so had good feelings going into that, and I'm hoping to carry it on into this race. It's my home valley, so I'm really excited to be here. The conditions are prime. It's cloudy, but it's actually very nice weather, so I'm excited to race.
The early part of the route takes him through the vineyards before the climb towards the mountains, and it didn't take long for the group to split. Second a week ago at the King Price Race to the Sea, Stradom was showing good form again. Elrika Harms in Pretorius had given that race a miss and was chasing the lone leader through the Fynbos Alley.
Yeah, I love this place, and I've just really had always a good result here. So I really just want to push myself and get to the end line completely spent and give it all.
Another who knows these trails well is veteran Thandi Kitching in third. The King Price Trailseeker series is the gateway to an exceptional mountain biking experience. Evidence of that came at Wellington, where, despite the inclement weather, amateurs, school children and seasoned weekend warriors came out in their numbers to ride the magical trails of Knetsfontein and so many more. It really was a trail junkie's dream.
The trails are absolutely incredible. I can't explain how incredible these trails are. Just loving it.
A lot of climbing, very technical, also wet and slippery, but it's been almost done hopefully. It's been good.
Enjoying it a lot. It's a privilege to ride these trails because, beautiful out here, and I'm riding with my son, enjoying it a lot.
Full Monty and the Knetsfontein and Bosman trails were high on the list of smile-inducing riding. Beautifully crafted berms and corners all round, local trail building legend Peter van Wyk and his team had done a great job in repairing them after a massive midwinter storm in June. The focal point of the event was the warm and welcoming Bosman family vineyards.
Bosman Family Vineyards is an 8th-generation family wine farm. We offer quite a selection of fine wines. Yeah, it's wonderful to see this vibe and atmosphere, especially after a long cold winter, and to see everyone come out here and enjoy themselves, and also appreciate the beautiful trails we have in the region.
And the riders showed their appreciation in many ways. These trails have tested the very best riders in the world during stages of the Absa Cape Epic. And once again they were putting the top riders under the microscope. Alex Miller, the Commonwealth Games bronze medalist from last year in the cross country, had an armchair view of the maze of sinewy trails behind Johan van Zyl, who spent thousands of hours perfecting each climb, corner and descent. But eventually, Miller had to go. The Namibian champion escaped the clutches of the African short track champion van Zyl. Jordan Boshoff in third place showed fine technique through the berms. But Alex Miller was the man on fire in Wellington as he turned up the heat to open a gap to van Zyl. The 2021 Tokyo Olympian had spent 2 months racing marathons and cross-country races in Europe and showed his superior form, holding nothing back. He even had time for a quick glance to his left to check the vineyards before turning into the Bosman family vineyards finish and completing a classy victory.
I wanted to make the pace hard from the beginning, more or less. I managed to do that, and then I think it was after about 6 or 7 Ks, I saw just Johan on my wheel, and then I knew, he's from here, so I knew he would know the trails quite well and he would be faster than them. So we rode quite well together until about 40 Ks, and then I just decided to keep the pressure on as we went over the Bairnskloof Road, and I could see he was dropping, and I knew, okay, now's my time to go.
As much as he'd love to win his home race, van Zyl was gracious in defeat as he rolled home in second.
It went pretty well. I didn't expect like this. And me and Alex broke away pretty early, and I had a nice ride together, and then on the second last climb he broke away. It was just went, and I just kept my pace until the end. Trails are really nice and well done. Really nice event.
Young Jordan Boshoff gave notice of his huge potential with an excellent third place, his best of the year.
Yeah, it was really a different trails and different kind of weather conditions, so it was really good, and seeing my form over the year and where we started in the year and finishing third on Wellington with the competition, it's amazing seeing the hard work paying off.
Both Miller and van Zyl are still 22 and Boshoff is yet to turn 20. The future looks bright for this talented trio. 2 hours 45 was Miller's time. Van Zyl was 2.5 minutes back in second. Boshoff just under 11 minutes off Miller's winning time. Boshoff's teammate Johan de Villiers was in fifth, sandwiched between 2 Pyga Eurosteel men in front of Esthuizen and Foster. The super pilot vet Philip Milan was a great 7th, just ahead of another young talented rider, Tyler Langer. Time to head back into the misty mountains around Wellington and seek out our leading women. Riding up ahead on her own was young Danielle Stradom of the Wellington-based Imbuco Type Dev Giant team. A smile from the leader as she climbed alongside the vineyards. Elrika Harmsen-Pretorius only took up racing seriously once she'd completed her PhD in polymer science at Stellenbosch University in 2016. Thandi Kitching is a super strong mountain biker, holding on to third. An interesting trio of riders on the front of the women's race: a full-time young professional in Stradom, a degreed scientist turned semi-pro mountain biker in Harmsen-Pretorius, and an amateur full-time working mum in Kitching. Therein lies one of the many beauties of this all-encompassing, inclusive sport of mountain biking. And that common thread ran the length of the course. They all just love riding trails, particularly these in Wellington, regardless of where they finish. Well, sort of. As a full-time pro, the desire to win burns bright in Danielle Stradom, and she was well on course to picking up another win, a third of the season, after victories at Sondela and Prime View in the previous 2 rounds of the Trailseeker series. A consummate pro, she rode smoothly in the potentially tricky conditions to claim win number 3 at Bosman Family Vineyards.
It was awesome today. The weather was perfect. Thankfully, no major issues. I had a few close calls, but I saved them all, so I was happy to finish in one piece. It was a really spectacular day today. Very well marked route as well, so no, can't complain.
Elrika Harmsen-Pretorius was immaculate, if a little frustrated, in taking another 2nd place in Wellington.
Yeah, my legs were a little bit more tired than I thought they would be. So it was a hard day on tired legs, but I mean, it was still like Yeah, the second place is haunting me, it seems. But yeah, it was like the trails were just like super great, and the weather held up. I mean, it was really actually pretty cool out there.
And a smiling Thandi Kitching rolled in third.
I think there's a sense of relief for having finished, but I must say it's just also you come back in and the gears of these events, I must say King Price really has got a winner going over here. So
That they certainly have. Winners on the podium were Danielle Stradum and Alex Miller. Stradum was just over 4 minutes clear of Elrika Harms and Pretorius. Thandi Kitching's excellent ride saw her finish as the last of the sub-4 hour riders. Isabella Wright and Lauren Little were both well inside 5 hours to round out the top 5. The sixth and final round of the King Price Trailseeker Series ended in bright sunshine in Wellington. From Banhoek to Buffelsdrift, Van Galen, Sondela and Prime View, the King Price Trailseeker Series has given thousands of mountain bikers of all ages and abilities weekends to savour all year round. Congratulations to them all and to the events team from Faces Adventurance for giving the riders what they want.
Okay, so that's a wrap for this year's King Price Trailseeker Series with the beautiful venue at Bosman Wines. And what a great series it was. It is the first year that we're almost back to pre-COVID numbers. We had great support from the top riders. Today the Namibian champ, Alex Miller winning, Phil Bass winning some of the other events. Also in the ladies we had some really top riders this year attending. And then it is also part of the school series this year. It was great to see so many schools attending the series and also getting into the marathon discipline a bit. And I really just think it's a series for everyone, for the whole family, from kids to elites. And what a wonderful finish here at the beautiful Bosman Wines.
If you haven't yet taken on a King Price Trailseeker race, then best you get ready to do so next year. After all, you don't want to miss out, do you? Even if you think you're not prepared.
So all three of us did the 40-kilometer half marathon, which was unplanned. My brother called me last night and he's like, yeah, I bought you an entry. And here we are today, and luckily we finished it.
Amazing vibe, really well organized. Yeah, thanks for King Price, thanks to Trailseeker. We'll be back, our first one. Unplanned, like 5 minutes to 5 last night. We said, hey, let's get an entry, so definitely a cool vibe.
There you have it. What an incredible day at Bosman Family Wines, race number 6 of the King Price Trailseeker. We cannot wait to bring you the King Price Trailseeker in 2024. Watch out for the details on the calendar. We'll see you then.